Madam said that the role of the state. After any crisis, those of you who knows the financial crisis in 2008, 2009 in America, the state has a role to play. And when Mr. Kofi Amabe was saying, there is something fundamentally wrong with our regulation. Today, let me make it clear. You know, the Constitution, Section 183, set up Bank of Ghana. And the sad thing is that the appointment of the governor is tied to the ruling government. In other jurisdictions, I mean, let me use the English jurisdiction, or even South Africa. Mr. McCartney, who is a Canadian, after the financial crisis, the Bank of England could not get anybody. They brought him there. And his term always runs ahead. Even this Brexit there they are doing, they had to plead with him to stay to the end. He ran 7 years and ran another 7 years. Unfortunately, when your hands are tied by the Constitution making you like that, you become, I'm not saying you are a poodle, but you dance to the tune of the person. Let us always begin, as the lady, my former boss said, let us, the state, he was my boss at SSB, maybe he's forgotten me. A very troublesome person.
You're looking for handsome.
Yes. You see, I done a lot of work on this regulation, and there's something fundamentally wrong. You know, you listen to SEC. SEC is not a constitutionally set up institution. You only go by law. But Bank of Ghana has its constitutional mandate. So he chooses to do certain things that they can do. He is sitting there by Act 2016-929, and he has the BSD 2016-930. But who is more powerful? The one with the constitution is powerful. So the role of the state, I think, way forward. The country, not only the politicians sitting in Parliament House, there must be a frank discussion about our regulation architecture. The English, after financial crisis, has left FSA and done something else. Dr. Semensa did a paper. Those of you who don't know, those of you who we read a lot and research a lot. In 2010, he was commissioned to do FinCEP, and he made a fantastic recommendation about regulatory architecture. It has died. Most of you don't know. I have a copy. So I think the state has a role to play, so that we will begin as a nation, be very proactive in our regulation, rather than the way SEC is sitting down there. Now SEC for himself, he depends upon somebody to give him transactional fees before he can survive. I mean, Bank of Ghana has its own funding way of making the money, because the asset base is big, the investment is big, so they can choose to do it. Let us now take this opportunity as a nation to seriously look at our regulatory architecture. And if it's the need be, the Kenyans are now doing it. The South African has done it. Australia has done it so many years. Netherlands has done it. They all come after crisis. And after crisis, it is not business as usual. So let the whole nation, including the politicians, I mean, when the crisis came, some of us were agitating that it should be for free for all to attend to make submission. No. It's a privileged position for the, is it called the legislature or what? It's a privileged position for them to interrogate the governor. I wanted to be there, because I do research a lot in these things, and I was going to, they said, don't come there. I mean, it's not, they are not suppository of knowledge. Let me tell the whole country. Suppository of knowledge, it doesn't belong to one side. Let us be a frank discussion, as he has said, so that we can move this nation to avoid some of these things that has happened to this nation.